Coach, we'll let you kick it off.
Obviously today is the first day of school, so I want to welcome everybody back to Virginia Tech. The kids are off today. We'll get into our normal routine tomorrow. We had a good kind of dress rehearsal this weekend. Things went well. Guys handled it well. We're starting to get our legs back. You can tell. It's just a little more spring in our step than kind of in the middle of camp. I know you guys have seen the depth chart. The thing I would tell you is those guys that are listed as seconds have a chance to play probably quite a bit. And things can always change, but we wrapped up a very productive camp. We're anxious to get ready to play West Virginia and make our travels to DC. Questions?
Raise your hand. We'll get you the mics, guys.
So can you give us like a rundown of day-by-day kind of thing you're going to do this week? I know it's a little bit longer week. You play Sunday night. So what's this week look like?
Well, yeah, usually when we play the first game or coming off a bye week, when we have a little bit longer preparation, we will, if we're playing on a Saturday, we'll have our big practice on Sunday, and then have Monday off, and then our Tuesday will be like a Wednesday, and we'll have an extra non-padded practice when we have a long preparation leading up to the game. So we've just taken that schedule and bumped it to tomorrow. So we'll have an extra non-padded practice later in the week. So our Tuesday and Wednesday practices will be the same as our normal prep week. We'll just have an extra day in there with no pads.
Raise your hands and we'll get you the mic.
Just looking at the depth chart, Chung at the right tackle, Faf at right guard. What did you see out of those two to kind of elevate them to the first team? And is Tyrell's injury or the thing he dealt with in August a factor in that listing as well?
No, well, first of all, it hampered him a little bit during camp. He did a great job battling through it. He's good to go. I'm certainly not down on Tyrell. I would anticipate he'll have a huge role in what we're doing. Kind of as a product of that, we moved Kyle out there, and he's always been a very athletic guy for us, and really took to it pretty well. So that's the way we're rolling for right now, but have been pleased with his work there at tackle. Braxton has been really consistent. You know, he's played quite a bit just over his time. You know, maybe never as a full-time starter, but has gotten significant game reps through his career, and you know, has been the most consistent guy there at right guard.
Justin, obviously the opener's an exciting time for fans. Curious as a coach, like when they tee that ball up and your special teams unit runs out there for the first game of the year, the 15 or seconds or so, what is it like for you? Are you calm? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? How do you feel in those moments right before the first game?
Oh, probably all of those things. I mean, you've got a little bit of everything going on. We do some live special teams work, which helps temper your fears when you're covering the very first kick of the year or you're trying to return the first kick of the year. But there's no substitute for game experience, and it takes a little while for guys to get into game shape. It's just, I don't know if it's because of the anxiety that goes with playing early in the year or what it is. It just seems like after the third week, guys are more settled into, can maybe play a few more snaps in a row, can do a little bit more on special teams. We try and take that into consideration early in the year, which sometimes leads to you know, some more young guys getting out there. But you know, when you kick it off to start the season against, you know, on a fantastic stage against a great opponent, you can't help but feel all those emotions as the ball kicks off.
You guys have Bryce Watts listed as your fourth corner. How close is he to kind of those top three guys, and how has he really grown the most in this fall camp since he's been here?
I've been really pleased with Bryce and his ability to kind of, I'm not sure the word, to maintain throughout camp. You know, sometimes you see those young guys kind of hit a wall and their development stall, or maybe they take a step backwards because it's just more than they've been able to handle. And Bryce has not been that way. He's just continued to get better every single day. We all know he can really run and was a productive player on both sides of the ball in high school. And, you know, I think, you know, the thing that sticks out, along with his just physical talents, is his ability to continue to do it every single day. You know, those top 3 guys are the top 3 guys, but we're feeling more comfortable with Bryce every practice.
I think I counted 10 true freshmen or redshirt freshmen on the 2 deep. I imagine maybe more than that would play. Any uneasiness with that young of a team going into the opener? How does that leave a coach feeling with that much experience?
Well, certainly. I think you always feel a little better when you've got guys that have been out there before, but they all said they wanted to play when we were recruiting them. So here's their opportunity. So that's what I tell them too. You guys, I sat in your living room and you told me you wanted to play. So you know, it's not good enough at Virginia Tech to just play. You've got to play well. And you know, so sure, there's some young guys that are going to go out there for the first time, but you know, hopefully we've done a great job training them, and they'll be ready to contribute in an efficient manner.
You've got AJ as the backup quarterback, as you mentioned a couple weeks ago. That's where he was. If you had your perfect world, would you prefer to redshirt Hendon at this point?
Well, I just think we'll see as the season goes along. You know, that position is obviously different than every other position on the field. You just can't, in my mind, the way we've always handled it is, you know, we have a plan starting out, and then we talk about various scenarios that could happen and what we're going to do during those scenarios. And then those may change from week to week just based on Hendon's continued development, based on AJ's development, and all those sorts of things. So we'll just have to see and take it kind of one step at a time.
Sounds like DJ Reed is off the team for personal reasons, more or less, right now. Is there a chance he could come back, or
No, you know, and just to clarify DJ's situation, he's just dealing with some things that he needs to go handle. You know, he's certainly on scholarship and all those sorts of things. We're gonna, you know, it's just some things that he needs to go handle that are, you know, football needs to be way down the list of priorities for him right now.
Hey, Coach, I know your connection with Coach Bavital has kind of been pretty well documented. Can you maybe speak to some of the qualities that you've seen in him that make him successful, and are you surprised that he's sort of taken the trajectory and the path in coaching that he has?
No, I'm not surprised at all. Knowing his family for many years, having gotten a chance to play. When his dad was on staff, his dad was a defensive coordinator when I was in high school. His grandfather was an accomplished coach. I'm not surprised, number one, that he went into coaching, and number two, that he's had success. I'm awfully happy and proud of him and the job that he's done. Enjoy catching up with him when I see him. But you always get the feeling, or sometimes I guess I should say, sometimes you get the feeling when you're around young people that they're destined in whatever direction that they choose to go to be successful, and he's certainly one of those people.
You spent a lot of time in Texas. Dana Holgerson's been in Texas and Oklahoma too. Have you two crossed paths at all in your careers? And when you look at his offense, what are sort of the hallmarks of an offense that he presents?
No, I feel like, you know, I've really watched his teams from afar. You know, coaches in the off season, we can't help ourselves. We always want to check out what everybody else is doing on your side of the ball. And every year we have multiple teams that we study. So throughout the years, I've watched his teams play in great detail, and he truly is a masterful offensive mind and has had tremendous success at every stop that he's been along. I don't know him personally. I have not, we haven't crossed paths in that manner. I feel like I do just because I've seen his teams play or his offenses play, particularly when he was a coordinator, many times. I think everybody associates him with throwing the football, which is true. They do throw the ball well, but there's always an element of running the football involved in it. And they can his great offenses find ways to run the ball either on the perimeter, usually good screen teams, running the ball up inside, and obviously throwing it around.
Going back to those 15 seconds before kickoff, I'm sorry if I'm on cares, but what kind of emotional state would you like to see in your players at that moment? Is it good to see them bouncing off the walls at that point, or do you want something different?
Well, they're going to be excited. This is not the game where you've got to figure out a way to get them fired up to play. I mean, that's going to happen no matter what. To me, it's can we trust our training to execute at a high level. So it'll be, I'd like to see us be emotional, which is, in my opinion, not going to be hard, but I'd like there to be some level of us executing and having our senses about us with the team.
Where does Phil Patterson kind of rank among those wideouts on the outside, and how close is he to maybe being a reliable contributor for you guys?